I live in the
Awesome.
UK 5 years already.
Awesome. Awesome. So, Jasmina, provide a brief intro, who you are in the sport that you represent.
Okay, so I'm professional boxer. I'm boxing for 10 years already, but my professional career started 3 years ago, uh, nearly 4 years ago. Um, I've got 6 wins and one defeat so far. Recently, I fought for WBA International Superfly title, which I lost, unfortunately, but. I did a really good performance, and I show myself as a very good boxer. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. So Jasmina, take us all the way back to the very beginning. Usually like when we interview pro fighters, they usually kind of, you know, tell us how like they start off with like a different sport and never really had like boxing or whichever fight sport in mind, but then somehow it transitioned to that. So at what point did you realize that you wanted to be a pro fighter?
Um, well, if it comes to combat sports, I was always like kind of warrior, and when I was a little girl, um, I was very passionate. I like to watching like warrior or fighting films or something like that. My dad was a prison officer, and one day he came back from work and he showed my siblings like defense techniques, something, some sorts, some stuff like that. And I was like very excited. I was like, Dad, please show me, show me. I mean, I didn't want to because I was too small, and he said, "Yeah, you are too small. You need to grow up a little bit." And then years after, when I was 15, I started training kickboxing, but it was like very short period of time. I was doing music school in that time as well, and I had to finish like I had to finish. I had to decide what I want to do. And then when I was 16, I trained jiu-jitsu for a short period of time as well. And then I stopped doing any combat sports for a few years. And then when I was 20, I started boxing, and I fell in love with boxing. So that's how my journey with boxing started. But I started as a amateur when I lived in Poland. I started amateur boxing. I had little episodes with in national team, and then a few months later, in 2018, I moved to England. But I didn't plan to box at all. I just wanted to quit. I wanted to just focus on making money and like having a normal life. Um, but then yeah, but then I met a girl, and she invited me for just for like pleasure, just for the pleasure for training, boxing training, and that's how it started again. So after a year, we changed the club, we changed the trainer, and that's how my professional journey started. Because the gym where I belong now, it's only professional. So my coach just seen talent in me, and then he believed in me, and he said, "Yeah, professional." It's well, I was always dreaming about professional. To be honest with you, I didn't want to do amateur. I didn't see myself in amateur because it's not as excited as I really wanted to. I like that, flashlights and the big stage, yes, and an audience and everyone, yeah. So because I used to sing, and I used to perform on a stage a lot of time. So that's what makes me, much more happy and excited. So that's why I really wanted to start professional, and that's how it started.
Beautiful. Um, obviously with the fight sports, there's one unique part that a lot of our younger viewers usually ask about. They use different words, but usually the same question. They always ask, like, how is it like to do a face-off, to walk right up to your future opponent's face? How was your first ever pro face-off, and what kind of thoughts were running through your head at the time?
What I remember, my first face off, it was kind of relaxing. Like this girl, my opponent, she wasn't like rude, or she didn't try to like intimidate me or something like that. It was like very polite and like very with the sport. with just a sport vibe, and we just shake our hand, and it wasn't anything special. So my like a very serious first off was on my recent fight. Well, it wasn't like very serious for me because I'm not that person who's like rude or nasty or making comments
Okay.
or trash talking or something like that. So I'm always nice to everyone, and then I was just smiling, but that girl, she was quite, trying to be intimidating, and
Mhm.
she was like very serious, but it just like it doesn't work for me. I'm still like relaxed because I'm quite confident about my skills and what can I do in the ring. So, but yeah, that was good. That was nice experience. That was something's different.
And now from the first ever face off, now when it comes to the actual first ever professional fight, not first amateur fight, but your first ever professional fight, what was going on through your mind and really through your stomach when the bell first rang?
Well, I need to mention that I changed myself a lot during the last few years, and I was quite insecure, and I was, I had to work with my mental, um, and I just achieved before my first professional fight. I achieved that state, that mind in my mind, that mindset that I was very excited. I was looking forward to my first fight, and I couldn't wait to step to the ring. So if you can see on my Instagram, on my pictures, before my first professional fight, before my debut, I was like very excited, very smiley, and yeah, I remember it like very, very good experience. I was extremely happy that I can come to that ring with like full of happiness and just like pure excitement.
Awesome, awesome. And when you see fighters, when you see you guys and gals out there and you're swinging it out and you're taking the hits, giving the hits back, obviously you don't know the dedication that and the preparation that it takes. Now, take us through the last 24 hours before a fight. What does that day look like? Do you get rid of all your friends? You turn your phone off?
Well, well, it's always like very individual for every fighter. If it comes to me, it's yeah, I'd rather be away, like stay away from everyone, focusing on what I'm doing. I'm spending a lot of time with my coach. We always got like rituals, and we're going for let's say for a coffee or for something to eat together because